Hello everyone, welcome once again to an exciting video of Code with Femi. And in this video, we're going to be looking at something amazing, like finding your first IT job. Finding a job can be quite tedious, especially if it's your first time, because you don't really know how to go about it. And in this actual video, we're going to be looking at, the steps you should follow or that can actually really help you to get your first IT job. I'm gonna go straight into the actual presentation I've got right in front of me, which is quite beautiful. I made it by the way. But yeah, and basically we're gonna start with the first step, which is you need to research the required skills. So in terms of you just leaving college, or basically you've just finished your matric, you don't really know what is the next thing to do for me to get into, get my first IT job. The first thing you want to do is you want to research the required skills that companies are looking for in the IT space. You need to actually dig into the internet to really understand how do what are the skills really needed for me to actually, get into as a software, development engineer, or as a software developer, whatever it is. Like, you need to know the information. And how can you get this information is by you going on the internet. And I'm going to share with you just two actual platforms where I get most of this information, and you can actually also use it. So the first one is actually LinkedIn. I've actually prepped up this page already, just for us not to waste too much time, just for us to get through it quickly, and just to be precise and give you vital information. But as you can see right in front of me, this is LinkedIn. And for those of you who don't know what LinkedIn is, let's see. I think I have a link here already. So in here, LinkedIn is actually a platform where you can manage your professional identity, which means that you can actually put all your information about yourself, your professional career, in terms of your experience that you've gained, the work history, like the companies you've worked for, the actual academic history that you have, like you've gone to matric, you have a degree, you have a master, you have a PhD. You can put all that on LinkedIn. So that, and also one of the crucial or vital things about LinkedIn is it's a platform for you to build your professional network. You can see right here, it's actually for you to build and engage with your professional network. Like, it helps you to build your network, so you start connecting with other developers, other other engineers, and you can actually access knowledge easily, like technical knowledge. You can actually get some information as to what is happening, what is trending. And also, even this video, I'm gonna put some of it, part of it, on LinkedIn for people to see. So this is actually vital knowledge, insight, and as well as opportunities. So in terms of the actual steps you must follow, like I mentioned, the first one is research the required skill that you need for the job. And if you go back to this actual link that I've actually opened up, I prepped up already, you can see that I just searched for IT intern, and in there it gave me a list. So I've got like 17 results, and I just made this like South Africa. So wherever you are, you can actually, like, put your location in there and actually search on keywords that you really, what you're looking for, and it will bring back the necessary information that you require. And these are actually like job posts. These are actually job posts for interns. So interns are actually people that are working for a company to gain the necessary experience. So they are mostly, in most cases, like college guys. So yeah, we've got like actually what I've actually opened up here already, which is, it's actually a position of a student or a trainee who works in an organization, sometimes without pay, or in order to gain work experience and satisfy requirements for a qualification. So this is actually a launch pad. It's actually a stepping stone for you to actually get into the actual IT industry as a professional and start, growing your career, improving yourself. And one of the ones I want to make example with is this one, Amazon. This was posted 1 week ago, and you can see right here, right in front of me, that this is actually like the job post they've just posted 1 week ago. There's already 78 applicants, but it's not too late. You can also add your own, apply for it. But the main thing that you have to pay attention to is actually about the job. This about the job tells you what the job is really about, because you need to know what are you getting yourself into, and you can actually read up on this information. Gain the you can see here Amazon internships are full time, which is you have to work for 40 hours a week. So for those of us that want to work part time, then it's not gonna be easy for us to do that. And also, I actually, before I forget, there is actually a person I would like to give credits to, which is this amazing guy, multi potentialite type. He actually commented on one of my videos about this, and that is one of the reasons why I'm even making this video. He said, I am doing my second year as a comp science student and I'm looking for a temp job. Any idea where I can find one? So you can see that it actually it helped me to be able to create this video. And that's why I'm also telling you guys, if you feel like there is something that you know um um you need me to actually share with you guys, please put in the comment. I'll try my best to share it if I can. If I have knowledge about it, I'll share it with you guys. But you can see here, right, this is actually a full-time one. So for him right now, this would not be a suitable one because this is full-time. So we just have to look. You just have to go in there and look for the one that is suitable for you. But the one I want to really pay much attention to is actually the actual. So these are the responsibilities. You have to read through the responsibility, make sure that you understand that you can actually do all those things. You understand them and you can actually do them. And if you can do them, best way is to research some of these things and see how you can start learning and actually gaining those those skills or those knowledge that you need. But the actual section I want to focus on is the basic qualification. This is actual basic qualification that they need, which is basically they want someone that has just currently enrolled in a bachelor's or master's degree in computer science, computer engineering, or related fields. So you see, actually, this related field is something that would it's actually in a way vague because it doesn't really tell you what do they mean by related field. But as far as I know, if you can actually get a professional certification, so that is what I've tried to do, and it has really helped me. Which is basically when I say related field, what you want to do is, so let's say for instance you just left matric, you just finished matric, and you want to actually apply for this. The thing you can do is you can actually go on to the AWS certifications. You can go on to they actually have certifications that you can actually start with, well, which are your basic ones. So AWS certifications, the basic one, the foundational one I know is the AWS cloud certified cloud practitioner certification. And this one is actually like it's the foundation. It's like the basic. It's like you understanding the cloud platform, how the costing, the analysis, like the different services there. You can actually start with this certification, and this can also help like to be able to apply for for that role. And another thing you can also like before I even go further, let's just step into the next step. So these are actually part of the research you have to do, like find what are the things you need to have to be able to apply for this job. What are the skills you need to have to apply for this job? You can see here that also another thing is like the programming language, which is they said although no specific programming language is required, which means that they don't really require any specific language, but they said you should be familiar with the syntax of languages such as Java, C or C++ or Python. So they just need you to understand and familiarize yourself with how what are the different syntax that they've got. And also we've got, you need a knowledge of the fundamentals of computer science, like in terms of object oriented design, algorithm design, data structures, problem solving, and complexity analysis. You see, those things are actually something that you can actually start reading up on. You can start looking for books and start reading up on those things and start understanding what they really mean. And I'm also going to do some videos on all these things, but I'm just telling you that you can actually start your research right now, and that really helps. Another thing I want to also point out is that in terms of also like researching your skills, you can also make sure that you go onto the internet and actually just, which is Google, just Google and say, okay, what is this, what does this mean, what is that? And I guarantee you will get more information that you can actually work with. And That is actually it. Once you have that research in place, you understand now, okay, these are the skills they really want me to have. The next thing now is you need to actually now acquire those required skills. You know them now, that okay, they want me to have this, they want me to have that. Now I need to at least have that knowledge. I need to acquire them. And how do I acquire them? I would actually say it's still gonna be on the internet. You need to go on the internet and actually, start looking for the necessary information for you to acquire the necessary skill. But in this video, I'm just gonna show you the one I'm just, this is just my opinion, which is basically you can use HackerRank. So HackerRank is one of the ones that are really good. They actually help you to actually start practicing and playing around with different topics like algorithms, data structures, mathematics, artificial intelligence, C++, database, SQL, functional programming, regex, Linux shell. So these are things that you can actually start preparing. You can start playing with different test kits and preparation kits, just to start getting yourself familiarizing yourself with different languages or texts, technologies that can really help you to be able to get your first IT job. And once you've actually now, this is one of it. Another thing I would actually suggest is that join Stack Overflow. Stack Overflow is a place, it's a hub for tech guys, mobile developers, as you can see, game developers, developers, every developer. You need to actually make sure that you're on this platform because it's a global platform, and here you can actually find the best answers to your technical questions and as well as help others answer theirs. So it's like, you can contribute, you can be part of this community, contribute to the knowledge there, and also gain knowledge from it. So it helps you to really spread your wings and fly. So this is actually one of the places. Just register on Stack Overflow and start engaging with the other developers there, because there are developers there. So as you can see here, this is just one I just Google just for us to see. For instance, what is the single most influential book every programmer should read? Here you can see they have, this is someone that asked the question, which is this actual guy. Okay, this is a community wiki, but basically you can ask the same question, but just make sure that there's no duplicate. If it's a question that is not here, then you can ask it. But if it's there, there's no point repeating the same question. Just see what answers are there, and if it doesn't answer your question, then you might have to rephrase your question in a way that it's unique and is not here. But you can see here that this is actually question and answers. And the good thing about Stack Overflow is you get voted for good answers, you get down voted even for bad answers. But Stack Overflow is a place where you can also like grow your skills, like acquire the required skills that you need. You can actually have, they have different tags you can actually add to say that, okay, these are the tags that are related to me, which is your C++, or you can see here, there's a lot of people there. There's a lot of questions and all that. But that is actually how you can grow, acquire the necessary skills. C++, Java, C#. It's just can go in there and actually start researching, acquiring the skills that you need. And after you've acquired the required skills, the next thing, and before I actually go further to the next step, is you can actually also use Udemy. Udemy is actually a place where I see that you can actually this one, you can actually use Udemy to actually, like, you can purchase all these courses that can actually help you. So for those that actually just like looking for like, for instance, like professional certifications, you can use Udemy courses. You just have to buy them. But there are cases where it is actually very, very cheap, like extremely cheap, and there are cases where it's not really cheap. It is actually like, depends on how much you can spend, and there are cases where they have discounts for it. But Udemy is actually a place where you can get like really cheap cheap courses, and you can actually like upskill yourself quickly and be able to actually make yourself ready to actually get your first IT job. So let's just move on to the next one, which is basically you want to, so step 3 is actually you need to actually develop a project. Like, even if it's just a simple app that does basic stuff, a website, a content management system, whatever it is that you're capable of doing, like try to develop it in your own space. I could remember there was a time I was struggling to get a job, and one of the things that really helped me was me developing my own personal project. I just told myself, like, I need to actually just develop something. I have to show, like, this is what I'm capable of. You know, I developed an application that allows, businesses to upload the images of their vehicles, and they can sell it on there. And I actually connected it to database and all that, that those amazing stuff. But you need to do something for people to attract the companies to actually want to have you in their company. So you need to develop a project. And another thing that I want to mention is that you need to have you need to contribute in a way, like, even if you can't um do big stuff. Like, let's say for instance, you don't know how to develop a project yet. You don't even know how to start from scratch to the end by yourself, but actually you can join a community on GitHub, and on there you can actually like start fixing issues on different projects based on the languages that you know. So you can see here there's a list of up for grabs, where you can actually see, these are the issues. You can click on the issues. The issues tells you, okay, these are the problems they're facing, and this is what you can help with. Like, you can see here, that's a tag. So the ones for up for grabs is the ones that you can actually like grab, but you have to get engaged in there. And you can see there's actually a step they've given to you here, which is, you have to find a project that you like to get involved in, and then you read the contributors guideline of the project. You get the project running locally. That means on your machine, you have to get the project running, and then you leave a message on the task that you would like to work on. Like, you can say, okay, I want to work on that task. Just leave a message for them, and then you get to work. That is basically it. And once you're done, you do a pull request. But I'm gonna show some of this, how to like push your code properly, do a pull request, how to do all those things in a nice way. I would actually show that in my other videos. And that is actually it. You can contribute to a project online. If you can develop a project, contribute to a project online, and actually that adds to your skills, that grows you in a way, that makes you better, that makes you become even more of a helps you improve in your IT career journey. And after you've developed a project or contributed to the project, the next one that you want to really do is create your CV. Like there is no there is no other way I can tell you about this, but you need to create a CV. And for those of us that really don't know, what is a CV? What is a CV? Actually, CV, just gonna go back to screen so you can see curriculum vitae. This is Wikipedia. Is actually, curriculum vitae is actually Latin for course of life. Course of life. So often shortened to CV, and some people call it resume. Resume. So this is actually a short written summary of a person's career, qualifications, and education. So that is the actual key of your CV. And please make sure you come up with a CV that is precise and that is structured properly. Don't like this one? This is an example here. This CV is not great. This is not a great CV because like what is this? Like, I don't understand who this person is, if you get what I mean. So your CV has to clearly state what you've done, like what are your achievements, right? And what are your experience, what have you gained, what are the your experience you've gained, and as well as what you are actually. Let your CV represent you wherever it is, because there are cases where you will not be able to speak to the company. All they're gonna see is the CV. And this, if the CV doesn't actually like interpret or speaks or sells you, or let them know that this is actually the person that we're trying to employ, then it's gonna be difficult for them to even ask you to come for an interview. So make sure that your CV is structured properly. Like, put what are your achievements, put your achievement on top and say, okay, these are the things I've achieved. I've contributed to this project on GitHub. I've actually developed this project, or whatever it is. I've developed an app where people can actually like communicate with each other. Like, whatever it is that you've done, put it on your CV clearly. Let them know. Oh, I've been able to save an accountant some money by creating a simple accounting system. Like, it goes a long way. Like I tell you, it goes a long way. But make sure that your CV is clear. Like it's clear and it's straight to the point. So actually you can see there that these are the actual steps I believe that you should actually know, you should have. And also, once you've created a CV, you can also give it to some other your families and friends. Let them check it out, and let them tell you, is does this represent me? Does this explain, what I really do, or who I am as a person, or what I'm capable of? If it doesn't, then go back to the drawing board and make sure your CV is created properly. It's and don't make sure and make sure that it's not too long, like too many pages. No, you don't need too many pages. As a matter of fact, if you can keep it to just 1 to 2 pages, it's perfect. Just make sure it's like, compact and, straight to the point. But for me, actually, my CV is quite long because I have years of experience. So, but for you as someone that is just new, you should just have a simple, compact, CV, and you're good to go. But make sure it's appealing. Let people be able to read. Use proper, English. Check for typos. There's a lot of, plugins online. I think one of them is even Grammarly. Grammarly is one of them that you can use Grammarly to fix your, your communication, your grammars on the stuff. And this is actually also free. It helps you to actually correct all the typos on your CV. Use Grammarly. I think you can even plug it into Microsoft Word. Like you can actually use it with MS Word, and you can actually just get the best out of it to get yourself the proper CV that you need. I would actually put this link below. And for those of you who haven't subscribed, please subscribe to this channel, because that actually encourages me to go, to keep on going. So let's move on to the next step, which is quite vital. It's to share your CV online. And the question is, where do I share it? Let's go back to LinkedIn. It's actually the first place you want to share your CV is on LinkedIn, on the actual jobs you want to apply to. So these are actually jobs, like I mentioned. Let's zoom out a little bit. So these are different jobs. So choose the one that you have the necessary skills for, and the requirements actually matches like you. And then you can actually just click on the necessary, click on apply. From apply, they're going to ask you all the necessary. So some of them actually redirect you to some other platform, but I'm sure they're going to ask you. You can see they're going to ask you for your CV. Upload your CV as a new user. That's the first, that's one of the critical things they're going to ask you to upload. And on your CV, just make sure you've added all the necessary information of what you've done, the skills you've acquired, like where you see yourself, like to represent you, to sell you. So just make sure you have a solid CV, and then you're good to go. And then once you share your CV, and also one of the platform I want to mention is Pnet. Pnet also is a very nice place that you can share your CV. If you're in South Africa, you can see there's a lot of different job opportunities here. And also another thing you can do is you can actually even go onto different companies' website. I'm going to use the one I'm working for right now, Red Panda Software. I'll use that one right now so you can see what I mean. But we don't have interns posted here. And what you can also do is I also give you a trick of how you can go about it. So if you go on so you can see the career opportunities. This is the company I actually work for. I'm really proud of working for this company. They're really great. And you can see right here that we've got, in our case now, we've got Java developer, we've got senior C# developer, we've got senior UI and UX developer, and we've got full stack software developer. If you check between, view more, let's just go with the full stack one just to see what they have there. And this is just for someone like that would like to join my company, for instance. Like you have to go on there, check and see, what are the things that they're actually looking for. Read this thing thoroughly, really clearly, understand it, and you can see, okay, what are the, key competence that you want, like your personal attributes, your traits. You must be delivery focused, you team player, self-starter, initiative, flexible, adaptable, approachable, integrity, keen attention to detail. And this is actually the technical skills that they need. JavaScript, C#, SQL, containerization, experience with overall solution design and documentation. You go through this and try to see if it's something that you can do, and then you can actually just apply. Like we're looking for people. Like there's jobs. Like you can see, this is actually on my company platform. There are actually jobs that that are available there. It might not be for everyone, but there's something out there, and you can just give your shot and send your CV. So even if you can't find your actual the role you're looking for here. Like for instance, the intern one that you're looking for, this is what I'm talking about in terms of the trick. You can actually go onto the contact page, right? You might not be able to upload your CV or whatnot, but go in there and put in your name, put in your email, put in a message to let them know that you are actually looking for an internship role. You see, so you can do that. And as well as, so that's one of the ways you can go on different company sites, see their career pages and see, can I apply there? Just keep on applying, go on a different. Another thing that really helps, so there is actually recruiters on actually this platform. Like, believe me, like there is actually a lot of recruiters here, and they're gonna actually look for you when they see that you've got, amazing, profile. Your profile is looking, nice and beautiful. The recruiters are actually there to help you as well, to guide you through the process, get you the job that you really that you really need. So that is one of the ways you can also get your job. Like, go through recruiters, but you have to still do this. You have to prepare yourself, be ready for it, make sure you have all the necessary things that they need, and then give them your CV clear, precise, to the point, and then you're in you're in doing it. And then so the final, actually, but not, the final step I would say is practice and pray. What do I mean by practice? It's you getting your hands dirty. Try to come up with ideas, try to play with those ideas. And as well as, you can actually even go on the online. There's actually a place where I like to play around with, which is your Akarank. So Akarank is a place where you can, um practice. You can play with different topics like algorithms. You can actually see they have different algorithms: solve me first, simple array sum. Like, those things actually help you, sharpens your skills. And you can see right there, these are the actual your code. You can fix this code, or answer the code. And the good thing is, they give you in different languages. There's a lot of languages that you can actually play with, which is amazing. You can see C# there. You can do Java. There's quite tons here, TypeScript, which is quite amazing. You can start actually sharp, growing yourself, improving yourself technically, and you're gonna be sound. So I'm gonna put this link right in the description below. Just don't forget to check it out there. And that is actually, what you need to do. You need to practice, 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 and as well pray. I'm a Christian. I believe in Christ Jesus, and I actually pray, after I've done, the bit I have to do, which is preparing myself, gaining all the necessary knowledge, making sure that I've done all my own bit. I still need to pray for God's favor, that God, please help me. Help me, let me get this opportunity. And He does answers. I believe God answers prayers. So this is just it, actually. I hope you guys find this video valuable. And I hope you guys would be able, for those of you watching it and you're trying to get your first job, I wish you all the best, and I hope you get your first job. And don't forget to, put a comment there to let me know when you get your first job. Let's celebrate you, man. Like, let's celebrate you, ladies. Like, guys and ladies, let's celebrate you. Let's celebrate your first job. Let me know. And, I wish you all the best, and keep well.